Hey y'all, what's up? It's your boy James O. Here doing an interview, dating and relationships. I ain't here with.
Antonio Gardner.
Yes, I'm gonna ask him a few questions about how he feels about today's dating in today's society as opposed to how it was back then. So my first question for you is, how do you feel about dating and relationships in today's society?
I feel like dating and relationships in today's society is watered down, no substance to it, just nobody has no substance to the marriage, and that's pretty much what it is to me. It's just watered down.
Watered down. What are the things that makes it watered down to you?
The principles of the marriage, it's not there no more. The values, we don't have them. The structure of the marriage and stuff is different than it used to be. That's my opinion on it.
I believe it's watered down too. It's complete chaos. It's a complete mess. Because you got some men want to be women, women want to be men. Gender roles have reversed. Some people don't even want gender roles in a relationship. Only thing that's kind of strange, kind of odd. I had a female one day say, "I want a relationship without gender roles. Just you do you, I do me." In what world will they do that at?
Well, that ain't gonna work. But they'll see that after they try it and fail with it, that it don't work.
Because men have their roles, duties, responsibilities as men, and women have their own roles, duties, and responsibilities as women.
Right.
One woman complained about, "Oh, I gotta go to work, then I gotta come home, cook and clean, take care of the house, do laundry, do this. I be tired too, that's too much." But they don't understand Proverbs chapter 31, which is everything that a woman needs to know. So my other question for you is, what's your relationship status?
I'm married, been married for 21 years.
21 years.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, what made you want to marry her? What made you be like, "Oh, she's the one that I'm going to marry and spend the rest of my life with"?
Just different than the ones that I was running into. Morals was different. Uh, Raised differently. Had three brothers, and the whole attitude was just different for me. It was something new for me, so that was what I was attracted to. That's what attracted me.
Is she a traditional woman? Is she?
Uh, Raised traditionally, not necessarily a traditional woman. They all, well, my wife, tomboy, but still very feminine. So having three brothers and still having that feminine side, I had to really look into what I was dealing with and understand what I was dealing with. But she is traditional, cook, clean, work. You know what I'm saying? She's traditional on that part.
Now, do you believe in 50-50 in terms of bills in the house, or how's that handled?
I think it's more 100-100. People say 50-50. I even said that at the beginning of the marriage. And then we was going to counseling, and the counselor said something about 100-100. If you do 50-50, you're only doing 50 half. You're not doing the whole 100. You're giving half of your time, your spirit, your soul to this person. You're not giving them the all. So the 50-50 sound good, but at the end of the day, if you really listen to what you're saying, you're giving half. You're not giving your all. You know what I mean?
I go along with that. Because I be hearing people saying they go 50-50 on bills in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like you pay half the amount of the bill. For example, if everything costs $4,000, you pay 2,000 and he pays 2,000. It's a 50-50 split. One day you do chores, next day I do chores. What do you think about that? About bills in the house? A man, a woman going half on all the bills.
Me personally, if as far as that is concerned, I think that's more for the couple. If that's what y'all chose to do was go half on the bills, then I don't think that's a problem. You know what I mean? That's the communication between you and your partner. As far as that, I don't see nothing wrong with her going half if she want to go half. I don't see nothing wrong with him paying all if he want to pay all. That's to me. It depends on how they choose to do it in the relationship. Me personally, me and my wife helps me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't necessarily a 50-50, a 100-100 thing. If I need help that much, she gonna help me. Period. You know what I mean? If I got it, I got it. You know what I'm saying? That's how ours is ran. But she's a helpmate. She not just there, just cleaning up and taking care of the kids. We do pretty much everything. We all do it all. If she couldn't get to the dishes today and it was a rough day, a long day, I get them. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But it's a problem when you say, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean. You know what I mean? To me, that's when the issue come in. That's like the guy saying he's not going to work today. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, guy not going to work. Ooh, that's a big one there. A help. I know you said helpmate. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women look for men to be helpmates, but they fail to realize that they are the helpmates
Mm-hmm.
themselves. Like, well, I need a man's going to help me. Like, help you? Yeah, he can help you, but if you want to be technical, you're supposed to help him.
Mm-hmm.
That's how a woman was created, to be a man's helpmate.
Right.
He's to lead you, protect you, and provide for you. He's a leader, protector, provider. That's what I like to say to people, like, this is what the man role is: lead, protect, provide.
Mm-hmm.
She's the helpmate, nurturing, and cares to the babies, the children. She makes sure the house is a home. Stuff is neat and organized. Women like to decorate the house.
Mm-hmm.
However, if she want to decorate it, go right ahead. That's her being what I like to call a virtuous woman. I one day asked this one woman, 41 years old, I said, what's a virtuous woman? What is it? I don't know. Where can you find it? She didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow. So rather than bash her, I decided to just school her and say, look, all you gotta do is get the Bible and go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 31. Oh, yes. That is the key to it all of being wife material for any man out there if you are that Proverbs 31 virtuous woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's worth more than rubies. She has breakfast made before dawn, makes before sunrise. Help iron his clothes and have his work clothes ready for him to get to work. He has something to eat. You can go ahead, let him bring home the money so he can provide for you, children, household, family.
Mm-hmm. I think it's frowned upon as far as in America anyway, even to hear that coming out of men's mouth, like ironing clothes, and they feel like they are made. You know what I mean? They don't feel like they're helping you. It's more of a work duty. You understand what I'm saying? And uh, it just goes back when they say behind every great man is a great woman. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You help build this man up, and when he gets to that point, you shine as well. Barack didn't shine without Michelle. You know what I'm saying? But she helped him get to that point. And when he got to that point, she was her own. She was on her own stage. You see what I'm saying? But she helped him to fulfill his dream, and along with that, hers to me from the outside looking in, it seems like hers got fulfilled as well. I just think it gets misconstrued as far as the helpmate thing. Uh, a lot of women don't like helpmate. They don't like the word submit. So you can't use these terms around them. You have to go another route and everything like that. But
The word submit, ooh, that's definitely a trigger word for a lot of women.
mhm.
And authority, control, leadership. I even heard a woman say, I want a man that can lead, but he's not controlling. Oh, and you lost me. How you feel about that woman say, I want a man that can lead, but he's not controlling?
A lot of people say what they heard. It sound good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To me, that statement that she made is something she heard. It sound good. Because even when she repeated it to you, she was confused. That's why she couldn't use it. You know what I mean? It's just something she heard, if you ask me. I don't, how else could you lead without taking control? I don't understand.
Maybe she don't understand what the definition or the true meaning for a man to be a leader. Maybe she don't know that. But to help you guys out, leaders, they do have control. They do have authority. They do have power. They do make changes, corrections, and adjustments. They take accountability and they take responsibility. Leaders do a whole lot. In order for him to be an effective leader, she has to submit to her leader so that he could properly lead her and guide her. Don't you agree to that?
I agree with that. And let me say this: if you have one that it's just a struggle for her to submit, you might have the wrong one,
Ooh,
because a real woman that wants to be married, just like a real man that wants to be married. People ask me if I cheat. I'm not saying that I'm past that. I'm saying as a married man, I won't put myself in them positions to cheat. Some of these women don't want to submit, so you fighting the. It ain't gonna work at all. Period. You talking to the wall.
you're gonna be bumping heads.
Right. If she don't want to submit, you can't make her submit. You know what I mean? But the submission to the woman that won't submit, it ain't a bad thing. It ain't a bad thing at all. It's just, um, I don't want to say going along for the ride, but it's a position, it's a role that's played, and it's simply playing your position. Uh, one person a point guard, one person a center. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. But if you don't, if it's not an understanding there, and she don't want to, then it's gonna be obvious down the relationship or the marriage that she don't want to, and that's when the man has to make the decision on what he gonna do.
Now, biblically, it does talk about that the wife is to submit to her husband. Do you agree with the hierarchy, the chain of command, when it comes to the man above and human beings?
Yeah, of course.
So, would you agree or disagree if it's God first, then man, then woman, then child?
I agree. I agree.
That's the chain of command,
That's
correct?
the chain of command. Yes.
Children, it says, children, obey your parents. Some versions even say, children, submit to your parents. Because submit, obey, they're two different words, but has identical meanings. They're like synonyms in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says, wife to man, and then man to God. Everybody's submitting to the man above. Everybody is. And then he put man in leadership position, which gives him the authority over women and children, his wife and his children. And he's the head of the household. Now, my question for you now would be, what do you think about women who run the household in a relationship with a man and they live together?
Uh,
She's the head of the household. She's running the show.
what do I think about that? Well, that ain't her fault. That's his fault. Uh, if he gonna let her run it, she gonna run it. You know what I mean? But how I feel about it, I don't feel like that's her fault. I feel like that's his fault. If he want to get that position back, it's gonna be a thing that he gonna have to work towards getting. I think he can get it back, but if he don't have that position in his own house, that was something that he gave up. That wasn't something that was taken from him.
So you're gonna have to fight for his position
Well,
that
he
he
gonna have to
should have
work
already
toward.
had to begin with.
Yeah, he gonna have to work harder. Even if you're in that position, this position is not. It's not easy to be the king. It's not easy to make these decisions. It's not attractive, the decision making sometimes, but it's stuff that has to be done. But if somebody dethrones you, you know what I'm saying, and it's your queen, that position was given up. It wasn't taken, it was given up. You know what I'm saying? So however he need to work on getting that back. That's how he need to get it back. Maybe he didn't want to be the king. You know what I'm saying?
He was like Simba off of Lion King back in 1994 movie. He didn't want to be the king.
He didn't want
Somebody
to be
else
the
to take
king.
over.
He was scared.
He was scared.
You got a lot of scared men out here. You got a lot of scared men, and a lot of women like to be with these scary dudes. You feel me? Cause they want to be the king. I'm that ain't me though. That's not how I was raised. That's not how I run mine. You know what I mean? Uh, but to each his own. You know what I'm saying?
It is a man's world. But he says it'll be nothing without a woman or a little girl. You married 20,
One,
20 21, 22 years. Do both y'all live our relationships biblically, traditional? How's y'all relationship or marriage orchestrated?
We biblical traditional. You know, I'm a Southerner, so I asked my my wife, mama and her dad, if I could take her hand in marriage before I asked her. So it was real traditional, you know, biblical in church, you know, vow to God, you know, stuff like that. You know, real traditional.
That's good because biblical and traditional works now. For those women that don't like to submit, they don't want to submit, it is or be agreeable. Is that a deal breaker for most men if a woman is not submissive?
Uh, I would think so. I would think so.
Is it a red flag to the least?
Yeah, for sure. It's a red flag. But the because the submission, it kind of go along with the not listening. You know what I'm saying? When women hear or when people hear the word submit, we kind of go towards sexually or just you doing what I asked you to do when I asked you to do it. But you not hearing me and not listening to me is not submitting at the same time. And it go vice versa. I cannot be listening and not paying attention to you. And this is why God actually blessed you with me to help me. So for me to not listen, not pay attention to you is just bad. You see what I'm saying? Because this is why he blessed you with me. You see what I'm saying? So
Nice.
I think when we don't do that structure of what you was talking about, God, man, then woman, when that structure ain't like that, that's when we get all this
Chaos.
That's look, we living in it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we get complete chaos. And because when like you said, if it ain't like that, it's a big problem. Because women these days want equality, they want to be equal. This is my intake on women who seek to be equal. You're fighting with a double-edged sword. One edge of the sword is sharp, but you holding the other edge of the sword that is also sharp.
Mm-hmm.
You cutting while getting cut at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't really win that way.
The woman in America, they holler the equal opportunity rights, want to be equal. You are equal. Um, like, do you really think that when Barack had a real critical decision to make, that he didn't go to his wife and kind of ask her, babe, what do you see what I'm saying? So you still critical You just ain't on the podium. You feel what I mean? But you had a say in this. You're important. You know what I mean?
So Michelle Obama played a big influence on Barack
They
Obama's
all
decision.
do. I was using her as an example. They all do. Again, behind every great man is a great woman. Uh, Loretta was behind Martin. He wasn't just when he first did the "I Have a Dream" speech. He probably read it to her. You see what I'm saying? So it went through her first, then it came to our ears. She could have said, "Leave this out, put that in." I don't know. I'm just saying you're important. It don't matter if you're not called the king. You're still the crown on my head. You make me the king. You're the crown. You see what I'm saying? If I take this crown off, I'm a regular dude.
So without Michelle, there wouldn't be no Barack as president?
I personally, that's my opinion. She helped him get where he got to. I'm going, and then I'm gonna go off me and what's going on with me in my life. My wife helped me to get where I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? I'm a barber. I went to the barber college in 2000, 2001, something like that. What I did wrong was I left the barber college, went straight to a barber shop, and I started making money. With that, I wasn't looking into getting my barber license at all. I even opened up a barber shop. You know what I mean? And then the state board started coming. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm still not worried about it. I got the money to pay that. My wife paying the fines and everything. She was the person who pulled me to the side like, baby, go get your barber license. And she the one that pulled up the test, found out it was only 4 tests they're giving out when you go to the state board. So I was studying all 4 of these tests. She was the one that found me a mentor to help me. You see what I'm saying? Now, at the end of the day, when y'all come up here and get y'all haircut, everybody's, oh, Antonio, and it's Antonio's face. But the person that helped me to get to this position was my wife.
You see a helpmate.
Right. Now, I would still be cutting, but I probably would be cutting here on his face because I wouldn't have no paperwork for that.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying. They help tremendously.
Mm-hmm. Nice. It's good to have a woman as a helpmate to a man to help him be a better man, be a better leader, be a better at wherever it is he's doing his craft, his work. Push him, uplift him, encourage him to make him better, help him get to the top of the mountain.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's about.
Yes, because God created woman through a man's rib as a helper and as a gift. Now, a lot of women like to say that they are the prize. Couple more questions before I let it go. How do you feel about women that say they are the prize?
I mean, if that's how they feel, you know, I don't. That you know, it is what it is. You know, I still that go back to the question earlier. It sounds like something you heard and it sounds good, so you just keep saying it. You know what I mean?
I like to say women are a gift because God created woman and gave that woman to a man as a gift, not as a prize. So I say women are gifts, not prizes, because prize is something that you have to compete for.
Right.
Like it happened in the Summer Olympics. Simone Biles is competing for these things to win gold medals. That's a prize.
Right.
Winning something. A gift is happy birthday, happy anniversary, or here, I got something for you. You ain't gotta give me nothing. It's something given to you.
So a prize is something you work for. You earned that.
Now, I have said to some people that I say men are the prize. Not all men, just a selective few of men. Men that got it going on, they got stuff good going in his life. He's that leader, protector, provider. He's everything that a woman wants in a man. That man, to me, will be the prize. Because there's more women on earth than there are men. And I be seeing women chasing men. And when I go to the playground, I see little girls chase little boys. So it's still a female chasing a male, where if his kids aren't adults. I haven't seen anything different. Now, there are some men that do chase women. I advise them not to. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna chase them and you're gonna leave with your money and you're gonna be broke. You agree to that?
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question. These women that say they're the prize, or do they do the equal opportunity? Are they?
They want equal opportunity. They want chivalry. They want to be treated equal man to him, but also get the woman treatment too.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. So that whole category, they put themselves in that whole. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you say. That's why I asked you that, because the woman that think that not think the one that says she's the prize, she got all that characteristics behind her. Like, I want one to take care of me, but you don't necessarily got to clean up. You know what I mean? He got to go to work, and we going on trips, but I ain't got to have dinner, and I don't need my back rubbed on. You see what I'm saying? It's just a one-sided thing. That person ain't gonna never be with nobody, bro. And if they do, it's only gonna be for a certain amount of time. You can see through these people in 24 hours. You know what I mean? I can have a good time with you and not like you. You see what I'm
That's
saying?
deep.
That, I mean, that's real, and that's what they're getting. They're getting a good time, but don't nobody like you.
You're getting a good time, not for a long
Not for
time,
a long time,
and they don't like you.
and that's their intention. He already know that. He know that by your actions. He know that through what you saying.
Successful women. I got my own business. I look this good. I got my own money. I got everything going on for myself. But I don't have a man. I don't know what's wrong.
A woman bragging like that ain't no different than a man bragging like that. And all men know don't know women like no bragging dude. That's just one of y'all pet peeves. Don't nobody like no bragging dude. Well, guess what? We don't need to hear about your success and everything like that. Most people that's out here that's looking for somebody, at the end of the day, you looking for a mate. You looking to not be by yourself. We all bring stuff to the table. I don't need your water, you don't need my water at the end of the day, but you can share it with me. You see what I'm saying? And that's just what the thing is. People come in with their water and you can't drink out my water. No, this is my water. Okay, well then if you don't want to be with nobody, continue to act like that. But if you want to be with somebody and have a long-term lasting something, you're gonna have to share your water. You can't, I don't care what kind of success it is, I don't care what you stacked before this person came in your life. One day they might need help and you are the person to help them. And if you're not there to help them, you're going to show them that you're not really there. It's just about this image of your success and everything like that. And I was just at the table to add to the image, but you don't really care about me. You know what I'm saying? So I think we got to get out of the selfish part. You know what I mean? Everybody's selfish. Everybody is what they want. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you should get what you want, but it's somebody else that wants stuff too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stop
It's a
being
two-way
selfish.
street.
Right.
How do you feel about women who say they don't have to bring anything to the table?
I just think that's ignorant. It ain't. It's nothing. Relationship is balance, no matter how the relationship is. Y'all don't know, but I'm a barber and this is my customer. I cut his head. The relationship that we have, we made through that relationship. Me, the barber, I'm cutting his head. After I cut his head, he pay me. If I mess his head up or if he don't pay me, this is gonna it's gonna change the direction. It's not balanced no more. Where somebody's gonna be unhappy. It ain't no different in any other relationship. Uh, the benefit of you coming to me is you getting a good haircut. The benefit of me cutting your hair good is you paying me. You see what I'm saying? So it has to be benefits to each relationship, period. If there's not, if I feel like you're getting over on me or vice versa, then it changes the whole relationship. So it's no different in a marriage, girls, boys, girls, whatever. You still got to communicate. You still have to talk, and it still has to be a balance there. You know what I mean?
Okay. What advice would you give to someone that's seeking marriage? And what would be the key components of keeping that relationship strong and going?
Seeking marriage, when you find this person, uh, when you delve into their past, look at how they was raised. The relationships they do have stuff to do with it, but the way they was raised, mama and daddy, that has 90% to do with it. Um, God first, man. God first. If this person that you with don't believe or ain't halfway where you at on that spiritual realm, it's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a long one. Because that part right there, when they get to the crazy stuff that go on in the world, and these things that you don't know why it's happening, the cancers and the random things, the bills and everything like that. If y'all don't have no cool prayer life and be able to sit down and pray with your wife and get it together and ask for their strength, my personal opinion, it ain't gonna work, bro. It ain't gonna work.
God first. And if there's no God in the relationship, it's not going to work. Last thing, it was this book of Ephesians. So the first part, chapter 5, 21 through 33, it say that submit to each other in reference of the Lord. So basically the man and woman's down here and the pyramid is like this. So God's up here and these two are down here and they're both coming together, agreeing that they're going to submit to God and live his way and do it his way. So that relationship can work. Why submit to your husband? Because your husband is the head. And it'll also say that for the husband to love your wife like how God loves the church. And has other things in there too. So last question before I let you be. Do y'all both read the Bible or Bible scriptures together on a daily basis or weekly basis? And do y'all pray together before the day starts and before the day ends with you and your wife?
The Bible thing we used to do all the time. We don't do it as much. The prayer thing is more at night, not in the morning. We have slacked off from that part. I ain't gonna lie.
But 22 years of relationship, still going strong, still going good.
It's going strong, but that gotta get better. Like I'm not gonna even lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Like within the last couple of weeks, I actually told her we got to get back. Excuse me, to praying. Like it's been a lot of stuff going on. My wife lost a nephew last year. He was 13. She lost a sister-in-law. She lost an uncle. So I think at this part of our marriage, because we've been together 22 years, it's starting to become more mental than physical anyway. So I think to become mentally stronger, it does need to be a God presence up in there. You know what I mean? Because some days you wake up, me or her, you might wake up, you don't know why you mad, you don't know why you feeling what you feel. These are growing pains. And people say people change, they not lying, because you act different today, but if your mama passed away tomorrow, you see what I'm saying? This could change your whole thought process. So what do you do to help this person get through that? You know what I mean? And then you the closest person to them. So if they mad, if they might take it out on you. I say all that to say if you don't have them in the marriage, to me it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be hard with him, it'll be harder without him.
All right. Well, that concludes our conversation, dating, relationships, and marriages. It's your boy James to the O with Antonio.
Yes, sir.
Nice talking to y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe to this video. Tell me what you think. I'd be more happy to read your comments.